Oh, hey Bill. Yeah, so here we are again. This time, as promised, I'm going to do the chili on the cheap. So that's what you're going to get today. Shout out to Jonny as well, who I have promised for ages that I'm going to show him how to use all the cans I gave him to make chili, and then didn't. So he'll be following along today too, very likely. So I'm starting it out with pounded turkey today. I'm going to make turkey chili because there's nothing more important than a man's right to make chili any way he wants to make it. And any people that are picky about what you put in your chili are douchebags. I mean, has there ever been a bad chili? I mean, yeah, I've had some chilies that, not terrible, but not impressed. But I've never had chili where I've went, this is just awful. Just awful. So we're in about 3 and change for the pound of ground turkey. And I decided to cook the meat ahead of time so that we don't end up with another half-hour video, but who knows, that might still happen. So I browned my turkey, or your ground meat, or whatever the hell you want to do. If you want to use a vegetable-based meat substitute, you can do that. I've actually had the Beyond Meat ground beef. It was quite good. Well, ground meat, beef. It's not beef. Whatever. Ground mung bean paste. Whatever they make it out of. Not bad. I think I made it chili. I did something with it. So you browned your turkey or your meat substitute, and then I got just a can of the diced tomatoes. I find it works best for chili. I like it with the Italian spices mixed in with them, but I also tend to buy the no salt. So that's going to be our first addition to the chili. So and dump that in. Alright. There's our first can for the recycling bin today. Looks delicious. Ow, it's hot. Let's mix it all up and get her cooking. I got it at 7 now. We might add a bell pepper if things get wild enough. It might just happen. So you dump the tomatoes in with everything because you want some of that liquid. We might end up adding some liquid. We might end up adding some cornstarch. Who knows where the day is going to take us. But in the meantime, we're going to get that going. And we will grab just a plain old spoon because chili powder, one of the powders and spices that you should probably buy a large container of because it's good to put in everything, can hide horrible flavors. Now I'm going to start with a heaping tablespoon of chili powder just to get started. Now see, it smells already like chili, and you could just make this and eat it like this and that's still chili. I've heard that you can't put meat in chili. I've heard that you can't put beans in chili, that it's supposed to be all meat. I've heard that you can't put anything other than beans and meat. And there's something fucking wrong with you people. Alright. Something else I promised today is that this chili is going to have onion in it. Because my wife will not be eating any of it. Because, oh, this onion is not good. There's beans going to be in this, and my wife cannot eat beans. Better one there. We're also going to throw some mushrooms in. If you want to stick to can, I'm going to say throw in a can, but I've chopped up some fresh because I got a bunch to use up. Oh, if you want to get a little bit excited, you can. Oh, who doesn't love chili? All right, and then I'm gonna dollop out a heaping teaspoon of cumin. There we go. A heaping teaspoon of onion powder. Boom. All right. And then we'll put in a heaping tablespoon of garlic powder. There. All right. I'm gonna stir it up. Ooh, yummy. Now, it already smells amazing in here. And this is where it gets to be the point where you just kind of play with it to taste. I like to take a little bit of the sauce. Not bad. Okay. Good to start. So we're going to start throwing some stuff in now that tomatoes are cooking in there. And it's going to look really nice and thick and saucy. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now I was going to use some culinary crack here from Reaper Gourmet. This stuff's fantastic. If you have a cucumber, a knife, and a bottle of this, you could have a great afternoon. But what I've decided to do is grow some chilies outside. I brought them in. You can use them for the spice. I'm gonna put some ground pepper in there. Don't be afraid of the ground pepper. The ground pepper is good. There. All right. Okay, so that is looking really, really, really good. Oh man, it smells amazing. You know what? And that's the chili done. I'm just going to eat this now. So this has been Bill, You Can Cook For Yourself, or whatever the hell I decided to call this series, featuring Jonny. Yeah. Fuck it. I'm just going to eat it like this. I jest. Canadian humor, folks. Good humor. Alright. Gonna turn it down a little bit. So, you can get creative, whatever you want to do. Obviously, you're going to put some kidney beans in. We're going to start with some red ones. I've already poured off the excess liquid from the can. And once again, I buy the salt-free. It's nice because you don't take in as much sodium. But we'll be adding a little bit of salt at the end of it anyways. So get your red kidney beans into your cooking mess. The kidney beans that I used, it is a 540 milliliter can, so like that's 19 fluid ounces if you're speaking American, which Bill is. Jonny, just buy the can that's this size. Or take it out of the cupboard, because I think I gave you at least one of these, one white one. Anyways, there's lots of options that you can go with. White kidney beans are nice sometimes. I like kidney beans and chili, but there are times where I'll do something weird like chickpeas and lentils. I really like lentils. I love black beans. Black beans and chili is really good. So I'll use like white kidney beans and black beans. So now we got that in there. Stop bubbling, we'll turn it up a little bit. This is a 6-bean medley. Once again, it is a salt-free medley. And it's chickpeas, some more kidney beans, black-eyed peas, white kidney beans, Romano beans, baby lima beans, If I knew anything about the black-eyed peas, I'd throw in a black-eyed peas joke. But I don't. So I won't even pretend. Somebody famous was in it, or probably more than one person. I don't know. The black-eyed peas are actually illegal in Canada. We're not allowed to listen to them, so there's a special streaming service set up that Canadians log into on the internet secretly and watch banned things like black-eyed peas videos. You know. Okay, so we got that in there, and in the meantime, we gotta dump the mushrooms in now, or the can of them. So now you got a can of 6-bean medley, your kidney beans, your mushrooms, your meat. If you want kind of a surprise in there, you could throw in some chopped pears, like diced pears maybe. But it should still be remaining a pretty good thick consistency. Not quite stew levels of liquid, but there we go. Now comes the big decision you got to make. Do you add more beans? I like a lot of beans, but we don't want to overdo this. And since I'm the only one that's going to be eating this and probably shipping off a substantial number of containers to Jonny, we'll hold out and we'll put in potatoes. So we're doing this because it's just easy. From a can, already diced, I've drained them, they're in. You've noticed there's a lot of no-name product here. No-name, there's no-name cornstarch. Up until the Communist Party of Canada relinquished control over the market, this was the standard government issue Canadian boxes. We weren't allowed to call it anything, so they called it no name. It was made by people who had to pay hospital bills. I'm sure you've heard we have free healthcare in Canada, but what you don't know is that once you've got treatment for something or gone to the doctors, you're expected to put in 2 weeks worth of forced labor into making food products for the No Name brand, which is distributed freely amongst Canadians. So, if you see a lot of that, there's a possibility that a young child who possibly had leukemia had to put together that box of cornstarch to pay for his treatment. In this awful, awful world that we live in called Canada, where it's that socialist, communist thing. You know, you've heard, they've told you, they've warned you what it's like up here. So you know the horrors that we live in and the stressful, horrible situations we are put in as Canadians. Alright. I hope that fulfills my obligation to the government for confusing our enemies. But we'll see if I get a notification telling me to put some more. There we go. Okay, so we got some red onion. Everybody get excited, because I love eating onion, and I don't get a lot of onion because of my wife's inability to process onion properly. So I always get very happy when I have, I'm using this board upside down. Not even high yet, and I'm using the board upside down. Okay. There we go. I know what you're saying. Why did you use a red onion? Well, it's a funny story. I have to use a red onion because white onions are now banned in Canada. We felt that in order to express our love for all things communist, that only red onions are to be eaten. I mean, they've warned you, right? They've told you over there, Bill. I know they have. I'm sure Tucker Carlson has told you, or one of those American people that get paid to piss everybody off and turn people into raving lunatics. So we have the onions in with the mushrooms and the potatoes, and it's looking like a beautiful reddish brown mess of slop. So you have a choice. Let's get a little more liquid in there. I'm going to show you what mine looks like. Now you show me yours. This is a big pot, and this is the problem with making chili from cans. So, we're going to look for something in the fridge. Didn't plan this out ahead of time. With a semi-neutral flavor. The sweetness is nice of apple juice. I might add some apple juice as a liquid. Water can be used, but then you gotta worry about how it's gonna let some of the flavor down a bit. Okay. Well, this is embarrassing. Are we out of Lee and Perrins? My God. Oh, no. Oh, it's a sad day today, Bill. We were going to wake this chili up with a little shaky, shaky, wakey, wakey. But we are out of Lee and Perrins. That's oh, but look what I found back here. Hello there, little moosehead. How long have you been back there? There's a moosehead lager bottle found in the fridge. We're not going to add that to the chili. Or are we? Who knows? I was going to go with tomato juice. Tomato juice works for chili as well, if you need to add some liquid to it. But maybe beer might add a nice flavor. I mean, Moosehead's not exactly the most popular of beers, but it could work in a pinch. Let me take a look at our tomato juice. There we go. So we've gotten most of the ingredients that we're going to have in it. You know, I've already opened that can of beans. So, in goes the beans. You can never have too many beans. Beans are great. There we go. Oh, well, see, now that's starting to really look like a chili. But because we've gotten into this so much, something tells me. That's what I thought. I like chili powder. I'm sure you've probably figured that out by the fact that I have a container that is 600 grams. So that's, yep, that went in there. I've been told that chili powder actually has heat to it. I don't know if it says something about my dietary preferences, but I don't notice heat to chili powder. Another teaspoon of cumin. The garlic is still pretty pronounced, so we don't need to update the garlic. But we are going to have to put some salt in. And since I'm not using the culinary crack, which has salt already in it, there we go. Yes, I am using Himalayan pink salt, but you can use any salt because salt is freaking salt. You're not going to cure ovarian cancer with Himalayan rock salt or what other crazy claims people make. But it is nice, and it does contain some micronutrients that are different from other salts, so if that's your taste, then go for it. I bought it because it was cheap. It was on sale. And it was still more expensive than normal salt, so I probably should have just stuck with the normal salt, but We don't always make the best decisions in life, you know? There we go. Tomato juice is still fresh. So, gonna add this small glass tumbler of tomato juice. That might be enough. No, we're gonna need the whole glass. There we go. Now, as you can imagine, when it comes to chili, I like to add chilies. So, I don't even know what kind of chilies these are. We're not 100% positive. We just had the seeds and we tossed them in the ground. And we got these. Maybe I should try one first. I mean, they look kind of like overgrown bird eye peppers. Oh, dropping them. Yeah, there we go. I can go in the organic bin. Let's taste it and just find out. It's very fresh tasting. Very yeah, they're hot. Ooh, holy shit. Oh. Oh, wow. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. So you know my propensity for hot. But I certainly wasn't expecting that. Oh, man. Yeah, they look just like bird eye. And that's what I thought they would be, just kind of larger bird eyes that were left to go. Oh. If anybody does know, if more than one person or just two people, I guess, Johnny. Well, I guess Kate will be watching it with Johnny. Or that, or she'll be like, why the fuck would I want to watch your dad make a pot of chili? Which is also a possibility. Oh, man. Johnny, when I send you some of this chili, prepare to shit yourself. Oh. You think a coffee in the morning is bad. Whew. Okay. Oh, I gotta wash my hands before I use the bathroom next, that's for sure. That is my dry spoon. Let's see here. Oh, the hot stuff doesn't get help. The hot liquid just adds to the burn in my throat right now. But I can taste it. Whew. Yeah, it's not bad. I don't even think we're going to have to throw any cornstarch in today. So that's... Oh. Jesus. Well, this happened to me with jalapenos one time. I grew jalapenos in the backyard, fully expecting to just have normal jalapenos. Gonna add a level tablespoon of chili powder just for a little more chili powder flavor. I know there's some people out there probably going, Jesus Christ, man, stop throwing chili powder in it. But again, it's chili. You can do whatever you want with it. I like chili. You know what? One time I even put curry powder in, like curry mix. Very good. Of course, it kind of went baby diarrhea brown. So, there we go. I mean, in the end, it's hard to fuck chili up. I mean, even Tim Hortons makes chili and doesn't fuck it up too bad. Oh, that's lovely. I don't think it needs any changes at all, except for a shitload more garlic powder. Oh, and we're going to add some more chilies, because I know Johnny can handle it, and Johnny says that Kate likes hot, so... I mean, this is a fair-sized pot. there's quite a bit in here. In fact, I'm gonna bring you in for the bird's eye view. Maybe I'll get a clamp that I can put my phone up here for the next time. It's a much better view, isn't it? Boy, this is how I should be doing it all the time. Huh. Well, look at that. If anybody wants to buy me some sort of phone clamp, I will just do these every day, and I will make food every day for the camera. Because that is badass looking. Let's see if I can... There we go. So that's what it looks like. And it's a nice big pot of chili. So you can let it simmer, let this flavors seep around. But we're going to do something. First, we're going to put you back where you belong. There you go, sir. Woo, rock and roll. All right. Let's get the rest of these in there. Because, you know, if I grew them, I'm going to use them. I'm going to try and get them as fine as I can. I'm sure there's somebody screaming right now at my chopping technique. The beauty is I just cook for fun. And if it goes good together, you know, then I'm happy. Of course, it'd be nice if I could put my chopping board the right way up instead of chopping on the bottom of it. Oh, there we go. That's going to be good chili. Then there's that big one there for somebody to find. That'll be like the prize of it. That'll be the queen chili. There we go. Oh, damn it. That's not my stirring spatula. That was my sipping spoon. Don't worry, I'll cook all the germs out of it. Now I can feel the fumes coming up quite a bit. It does lack a little bit of black pepper taste. And again, I'm not using full black pepper here. I'm actually using a combination of about 50% 50% black pepper and 50% mixed peppercorn, green, white, and red. I think some were listed as pink. I don't remember. I showed you the box last video, so go back there and check the last video for whatever the mix is that I buy. Once again, buy it in a nice big spice container because it's nice to go through it quickly. Use it when you can. Yeah, I'll save you the trip. Black, white, red, pink, and green peppercorns. I have a lot of pepper in the house. I have a couple of kilograms of ground black pepper, a couple of kilograms of peppercorns. Pepper went up when I had the hot sauce business. So let's turn that heat down. Get it down to 3 because it's hot as lava. So yeah, we noticed the price of pepper skyrocketed overnight, and I found places that it was fairly cheap still and bought it. And pepper has still never gone back down, so I guess it's one of those commodities that just goes up, and it's like, yep, this is what you pay for pepper now. There we go. Looking good. There we go. Looking even better now. Excellent. I'd suggest next time a stout if you were going to add it to chili. Preferably not a flavored stout, like not a chocolate cherry or a peanut butter stout or something. Just a plain old Guinness might be good to add to your chili. Yeah, those chili peppers are quite noticeable. I grind up a bunch of the pink salt here because it definitely needs more salt. It's become quite a big pot, so sometimes I grind it into the cap. Oh boy, yeah, it's just going to turn out to be a nightmare. Let's do this. There. And then just use what I need to, which is going to be the whole amount there. Salt is going to be really to taste, so I'm not going to say use this much salt. Even with the cumin and the onion powder, it's all about what you enjoy, the flavors you like. I like carrots in my chili. Is that odd? Oh, beautiful. That's quite nice. Spicy, yeah. So, I could still add a pepper. It's a possibility. But I think I'll pass on the pepper. This is a pretty full pot of chili. So, last but not least, we're going to go to the freezer. Because if you can buy a massive 2 kilogram bag of corn for like $3.50, you should have at least 1 bag of corn, 1 bag of peas in your freezer. It's cheap, it's quick to add stuff to. Like, I'm gonna throw a handful of corn in there, and I drop some on the floor. Do you want ants, Adam? Because this is how you get ants. You know what? We could use a little more corn. I love corn. Corn's excellent, frozen corn especially. But I am not adverse to just opening a can of peaches and cream corn and sitting down with a spoon. And we're going to put a little bit of green in there because it's good for you. There we go. All right. So, all that's left to do really doesn't need to be on video, but I'm going to leave it on there anyways, and we're going to pour a bowl of this. I'm really not that hungry, to be honest with you. I don't know what's going on today, just don't have the hunger in me, but I'll struggle through a small bowl, just for posterity's sake here. Okay, so put it up to like 5 or 6 or 7. There we go, 7 works. Now, other than browning the meat, I don't think this took too long. Oh, Jesus, it was a 33-minute video again. Sorry, Bill. I'll try and keep these short, but maybe I'm long-winded, or I don't know. Just trying to tidy up a bit while this heats up and the peas thaw and cook, as well as the corn. We could throw a can of tomatoes, Jesus. We could throw a can of green beans in there, cut green beans if you wanted to add some vegetables. Sliced carrots, I like sliced carrots in it. You could put your own in, but if you want to do this by the can, then just dump a can in. So let's get an idea here. Let's say $4 for the turkey, $1 for the can, another $1 for the can, another $1 for a can, another $1 for a can, another $1 for a can, and then we added mushrooms. So there's another $1. You might be able to get beans and stuff even cheaper, 66 cents and that. I've seen it. It's not unheard of. So we added a little bit of chili powder and some garlic powder. This is all stuff that you would have in stock and you'd buy at once. So we'll say $1 in spices, but That's being a little generous. It's like 11 bucks. Oh, and we put a little splash of beer in there and some tomato juice. But whatever you used, you could have just used maybe some, like I was contemplating putting some apple juice in. So you could use that. Or you could have put water and just added a bit more salt and spices. Oh, and we chopped up an onion. So like a 5-pound bag of onions was $1.99. So about 40 cents an onion, or 40 cents a pound. Yeah, we're not even going to count that. Let's throw that in with the spices. So we're up to 11 bucks. You made a pot of chili that's substantial enough that you could kill a baby with it. Easily boil a kitten in this. It's small enough for that. I'm just trying to use references that we might all be able to relate to so that we can figure out exactly how much we made. So there we go. Okay, I would like to thank Justin Trudeau for sending in the suggestion for the chili. Glad he liked the ultimate breakfast sandwich. Thank you very much, sir. We hope to see you downtown Canada later for a quick beer. If you can make it. If not, we understand. That's absolutely fine. All right, let's do this, Bill. Let's get a goddamn bowl out. Now here's the hard part. I usually measure everything in regular servings and then Bill servings. And we were going to use Chinese food bowls. So why don't we do that again? Oh, look at that.